Before awakening, life often feels like chasing. You work hard, you plan a lot, you try to grow fast. You may tell yourself, I have to succeed, or I don't matter, or if I don't keep up, I will lose my chance. You use force and willpower. You ignore your body, you skip rest. You might think, I need to build something to become somebody. Money feels scarce. You think you must work extra hard to deserve it. After awakening, the energy is different. You don't stop working or dreaming, but your actions comes from another place. You ask, what wants to come through me now? You start to listen to your body, to your energy, to the subtle signals around you. You hear the quiet messages that say, try another way. You feel more like, I want people to see what is real inside me. I want to grow in truth. From chasing to attracting. Awakening doesn't make you weaker, it makes you aligned. You still build, create, and dream, but now you build from wholeness, not from hunger. When you begin to act from an awakened state, you no longer try to force life to give you something back. Opportunities, people, resources, and money start to organize themselves around who you are being. Why success comes more naturally after spiritual awakening. You may not notice when it happened, but one day, something inside you begins to shift. Before that moment, you build your life and your work from a feeling of not enough. After that moment, you begin to create from a feeling of inner fullness. And this changes everything, especially when you start a business or enter a new creative path. Before awakening, life often feels like chasing. You work hard, you plan a lot, you try to grow fast. You want to prove you have value. You don't want to fall behind. You worry that time is running out. You may tell yourself, I have to succeed, or I don't matter, or if I don't keep up, I will lose my chance. Even when you appear strong on the outside, inside there is a quiet fear. Fear of failure, fear of being unseen, fear of not being good enough. You chase numbers, attention, money, and opportunities. You compare yourself to others. You push yourself through stress. You don't rest. Because resting feels risky. This is not because you are weak, but because you were taught to survive this way. After awakening, the energy is different. You don't stop working or dreaming, but your actions comes from another place. You no longer move because something is missing. You move because something inside you wants to be expressed. You don't think, I must prove my value. Instead, you feel, I want to share what is already alive in me. You don't rush to reach the finish line. You begin to trust your steps. You don't live in the thought, I can't fail, but in the feeling, I can allow things to unfold. You don't ask, what if I lose? You ask, what wants to come through me now? It's not about doing less. It's about being aligned. Before awakening, you use force and willpower. You ignore your body. You skip rest. You drown in tools, deadlines, and pressure. After awakening, you start to listen to your body, to your energy, to the subtle signals around you. You hear the quiet messages that say, try another way. You stop fighting time and start working with rhythm. You create because it feels true, not because you're afraid to fall behind. When you rest, ideas begin to show up by themselves. Your motivation changes from proving to expressing. Before awakening, you might think, I need to build something to become somebody. I need to raise money or I have no value. I need to hit these goals or I'm failing. After awakening, you feel more like, I want people to see what is real inside me. This work feels like part of my soul speaking. I don't need to win fast. I want to grow in truth. You move from pressure to presence, from fear to offering, from chasing to attracting. Your relationships with results also changes. Before awakening, results control your mood. If growth is slow, you panic. If views are low, you stress. If progress pauses, you feel shame. You check the numbers again and again. After awakening, you still have goals, but they don't define you. Outcomes no longer decide your worth. You can succeed without hurry. You can pause without guilt. You can allow the unknown without losing your center. You begin to understand when you are aligned inside, the right results eventually come. Your actions shift from forcing to being guided. Before awakening, you act from fear of missing out. You copy what others are doing. You overload yourself. You don't know how to stop. After awakening, you let intuition lead your next steps. You allow inspiration to choose your direction. You create when your body says yes, and you pause when your energy feels low. You don't give up effort. You simply stop resisting your own rhythm. Your relationship with people also changes. Before awakening, you try to control everything. You think you must manage every detail. You don't fully trust others. You feel alone, even with a team. After awakening, you begin to co-create. You connect with people who resonate with your vision. You stop forcing. You start trusting. You attract the right help not because you chase it, but because your frequency matches with it. Your view of money transforms as well. Before awakening, money feels scarce. You think you must work extra hard to deserve it. You fear losing it. You price low to feel safe. After awakening, you see money as energy. You believe it follows alignment. You allow yourself to charge what feels true. You are not afraid to receive. You stop asking, how do I get money? And start asking, how do I raise my frequency so money can come? Awakening makes success easier because your whole system begins to work with life instead of against it. You start attracting instead of chasing. You show up as who you are and life responds. You develop long-term strength. You can wait without collapsing. You can move slowly without quitting. You can carry your vision through seasons of quiet. You connect to a deeper intelligence. Ideas come without overthinking. Decisions feel clear even without endless analysis. You stop leaking energy. You don't burn out as quickly. You follow flow instead of resistance. And you stop fearing money. You let it arrive as a response, not as a test of your value. Awakening doesn't make you weaker. It makes you aligned. You still build, create, and dream, but now you build from wholeness, not from hunger. You move because your spirit wants expression, not because your wants needs proof. You can say no without guilt. You can say yes without fear. You can keep your own pace without apologizing for not rushing. A quiet truth begins to emerge. I didn't start because I needed to win. I started because something inside me wanted to be seen. And success is simply the echo of that truth. So if you are standing at the start of a new journey, before you ask, what is the best niche? How fast can I monetize? Or what strategy should I follow? Ask yourself, am I moving from fear or from fullness? The real turning point is not when you launch. It's when your inner state changes. When you stop thinking, I must get something, and begin to feel, I want to give something real, everything moves. In that moment, you stop chasing success and begin becoming the person that success naturally finds. The world does not respond to how loud you are or how hard you push. It doesn't move because you hustle, shout, or chase. It moves according to your frequency. It listens to the truth you stand in, not the fear you speak from. When you begin to act from an awakened state, you stop running after results. You no longer try to force life to give you something back. Instead, you become the space where the things you once chased begin to arrive on their own. Opportunities, people, resources, and money start to organize themselves around who you are being, not what you are demanding. And this is the real shift. After awakening, entrepreneurship doesn't become easier because the world suddenly gives you less resistance. It becomes easier because you are no longer trying to become successful. You are already living in the frequency of success. You are not chasing proof. You are simply allowing what is true in you to take form in the physical world. From that stage, success is no longer something you fight for, win, or earn. It is something that reveals itself over time because it was already there within you. The external world just needs time to catch up. Life no longer chooses for you. It reflects you. It doesn't test your worth. It simply echoes who you have already become.